Welcome to the Celtic Llama. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to crochet the African flower granny stitch pattern. So let's go ahead and jump right on into it. This pattern is written in two different terms. You have UK terms and US terms. UK is up top, US is down bottom. But for this pattern, I will be explaining everything in US terms. So if you need assistance, you can go ahead and check out whichever description would be helpful for you. So let's go ahead and jump right on into this. To start off, you want to chain 4 and you're going to do a double crochet in the last chain. Then you will do a repeat of chaining 1 and working 2 double crochets in the same space as before, and you'll repeat this 5 times. Once you finish doing all of these stitches, you will fasten off your work. So here we are finishing off round 1, joining with a slip stitch, and now we are going to fasten off your work. If you need help with any of the stitches described in this tutorial, you can check down in the description below. I will have videos on how to do these stitches both in US terms and UK terms, so if you need help, please do feel free to check out my other videos. So now that we've fastened off our yarn, we are going to pick our next color. Now keep in mind, when it comes to making this type of flower pattern, you can pick any 4 different colors that you choose. I just kind of randomly picked some yarn off my shelf. So let's go ahead and get started into round 2. You're going to take your second color, and in the chain 1 space from the previous row, you are going to join with a slip stitch, and we're going to start off by chaining 3, and we are going to work a double crochet. Then you shall chain 1 and work 2 double crochets into that same chain 1 space from below. Now the repeat after this is you're going to work into the next chain 1 space and do 2 double crochets, followed by chaining 1 and working 2 more double crochets, and then you'll move on to the next one. Once you finish all of that, you're going to join your work with a slip stitch, and then we're going to slip stitch into that chain 1 space from the row below, from the previous row. So right there. And from here, we are going to start off by chaining 3, and we are going to work 6 double crochets into that same chain 1 space, followed by doing a repeat of 7 double crochets into each chain 1 space all the way around. Once you have done that, you will join your work with a slip stitch and fasten off. So here we are coming up at the end of this row where you're going to join with a slip stitch and fasten off your work. You can really see here that the yellow portion, or the center of this pattern, is the flower portion of this pattern, and everything else just accentuates it and makes it look amazing. So I'm going to fasten this off, and we're going to go ahead and grab our next color. So for our next color, I'm using the color white. So let's go ahead and jump into round 4. So in the stitch right after where you bound off from row 3, you're going to insert your hook, and you are going to pull through your stitch and chain 1, and then you will single crochet in every single stitch. Now the one thing to remember about this round is that it is actually pretty straightforward. However, you will end up doing what is called a long crochet stitch, and I'll show you what that means. So this spot right where the top of the flower petal is, you're going to go down into that hole right there, and you are going to work a single crochet, and then just continue single crochet all the way around, repeating that long crochet at the top of each flower petal. So again, here we are doing that long crochet at the top of that flower petal, and then finishing off with our last few single crochets needed for this row to be finished. All right, and then you will join with a slip stitch and you'll fasten off your work. So here I am grabbing the last color of my work for round 5. So for this one, you will be joining your color in the 3rd stitch from the bind off. This is the center of the 7 double crochets that you did in row 3. So just kind of make sure that you're counting everything. Again, these ones will be in the back loop. So you're going to start off by working a single crochet in your 1st stitch. Then you will work 7 single crochets. You will skip that long single crochet. We're going to completely ignore that for the rest of this pattern. Once you got your 7 single crochets, you're going to do a single crochet, chain 1 single crochet in the same stitch, and then continue on with your 7 crochets. So here we are coming up at the end. I'm going to do my chain 1 and I'm going to join with a slip stitch. I'm going to fasten off my work, and there you go. That is how you do an African flower granny square stitch pattern. Hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like, and I really do hope that you have a happy crochet day.